Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back. My name is Lucas G. Variety, and we are back with the Sunless Citadel, which is our chapter 1 of the Yawning Portal campaign. And this, of course, is episode number 8. Oh yeah, we're still crawling on the first level of this 2-level dungeon. Well, levels 1 to 3 dungeon, but it's been brutal. We've made it brutal. If we would have played a 3.5 version, we might have been done. I feel like it's different in the 5th edition. Like it's the same, but it's the same, but I don't know. It's the same, but different. I've had a lot of fun, though, seeing where it's going. But anyways, today is December the 3rd, 2020, on a Thursday. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to you out there. Welcome to you in the future on YouTube if you're watching or wherever this may be recorded. So last time, ouch time happened. I'm just going to go ahead and go DM one notch over there. I mean, no, the bad guys. It's not me versus the players. Okay, it is. So I won. But you know what? We this is a campaign we want to see going. We like our characters. So obviously, if you all get TPK'd, it's over. But I think reasonably in character, the villains had reason to keep you guys alive. So it all worked out narratively. Who wants to recap for an advantage on our roll?
Let me look over my notes. I'm pretty sure I can.
Not it.
I gave it
I can
last
do it.
time.
Yeah, I can do it.
So,
I'll eat my orange here while you.
not to mention, considering how Calcaria's been rolling, Calcaria needs the reroll.
Bite me. Okay, so I'm just gonna. The first line of my notes pretty much sums it up. We got our shit kicked in. Let's see. We're in the middle of a fight with a bunch of goblins and a couple hobgoblins. Another hobgoblin came up with those reinforcements. Tells us to throw down our weapons or Richter dies. To which Calcaria just kind of spit on the hobgoblin she was currently grappling. And then promptly got their shit kicked in. They woke chained in a room. Calcaria failed multiple times to break the chains that she was in. Yeah, that was great. What was it? The captain was Malik the captain? Anyway, the hobgoblin named Malik came in to taunt them, and Calcaria, those rolls were so bad. And be all super creepy as Calcaria failed to kick him in the face twice. And then
he made it dirty.
Super. It was great. I loved it. Calcaria wanted that kill, but no. The kobolds had to come to the rescue, which Calcaria will never admit to or speak of ever again.
Sounds about right.
And stole her kill. While they were fighting, she finally managed to break her chains, and then he was dead.
Yeah.
And not even though she's finished raging, she's still pissed off.
Yep.
As is the natural state of Calcaria.
That sounds...
We're in a dungeon.
Her trick is she's always angry.
That's right.
I feel like that's becoming a running theme with some of my characters, because that's how my character in my Dresden game was described last week. And she works in a bookstore.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I've known some really angry librarians.
She's got that. She's Irish too.
That'll do it.
Jumped the stereotype.
Anyway,
Irish librarian.
I did. I went so much into that stereotype
Irish?
for her.
An Irish who doesn't have their whiskey. Angry.
Well,
Kids that
last
don't
episode-
put the books back on the shelves. Those sons of...
Or worse, they put them in the wrong spot.
Reference
Anyway.
the card catalog.
Rule the world. Ireland didn't get to rule the world because God gave them whiskey.
That's how I controlled them. Well, anyways, that was good. Give yourself an advantage coming up
Yay!
That's pretty much it. Let me jump to our
probably gonna
map
need
screen. Oops, forgot to use the other transition, my BAM transition as I call it. BAM! Bam. Okay, just did it twice just to do it.
Bam! Look at that bacon sizzle.
You've returned with the kobolds. They lost one of their brethren. I have him on the left, laid out in front of you, Drill, over here. And she's mourning his loss. Actually, unlike Meepo, that she didn't care went missing. She actually, like, she's knelt down over his, like, I think he got his head chopped off. I don't remember. But he's been brought back and laid there, and she's actually knelt down by him, and her 2 personal guards are around. And the other kobolds have surrounded you. They're not aggressive. They're like their other friends that were in the rescue team, and they're all, like, chattering excitedly. You got a couple kobolds that are guarding the door that you guys went through last time, and a couple into the south that are watching the south hallway because they're all on high alert. Now they know that you've pretty much eradicated the goblins' force and like 3 of the hobgoblins, except for the captain, like 3 of the 4. So they're pretty pleased and they're feeling pretty confident. So they're all just kind of excited, like barking at each other in Draconic. And, Ilenia and whoever else understands Draconic is you're catching words here and, like, some things like that. Yeah, big people rescued by us because we the best, Of course, no, it's in Draconic. So they're like, of course, we rescued the humans and those elves and that ugly devil-looking thing. They needed our help. And
Nobody better be translating this for Calcaria.
I'm not translating for the benefit of everybody.
I like in Draconic that they sound like they're high society, but like then we come back to the common tongue and they're like, yes, we rule everything. Kobolds rule, goblins drool. Yes, things like that. So it's a excited mixture of the languages, and then so everything calms down, and then they go. You guys are like beat up still, right? And then the ocean. The Red Sea parts here, so to speak, as Yusdrill like comes forward to speak to you. Oops. I better move her guards up there. I don't think she'd be amiss if she didn't have those guys with her.
Calcaria is kind of leaning against the wall, and it may be because she's having a hard time standing.
Well, I understand.
Not that she'd ever admit that.
Yusdrill looks at you, looks at her, and then looks at all of you. She's like, you please me. I am saddened that one of my best warriors has fallen. And they all kind of like lower their head for a minute in a moment. You think it's like a moment of silence. And then one farts over somewhere else, and then they're like, and then she's like, she looks around like tisk tisk, and I don't know, I'm just being funny because I'm in that mood, I guess. But she's like, one of my great warriors have fallen, but it seems as though you have eradicated much of goblin force. So you are still, of course, welcome to recover here. It has not been easy trek, but now I think you have them on the run. Is good.
I really indeed hope so.
But you have not yet found my dragon, so according to deal, I still not give you treasure yet. You must find dragon Calcrix and bring her back to us.
And like Richter is
Sure
like
thing.
looking real tired at this point. Is like
Same for Ilenia.
so it's just like I think we're gonna take a nap real quick and kind of lick our wounds, and then we'll go find your dragon.
Yes,
Why
yes.
why would we lick our wounds? It's extremely
It's an expression, princess.
It's
no.
extremely unsanitary.
Would you prefer I rub some dirt in it?
Mm-hmm.
Ilenia just glares at Calcaria.
You raise your nose at that, but it's a... Oh god, I forgot words on that one,
Come practice.
personally.
I feel like Erky Timbers is like just like is watching you guys and looks at the cameras like these guys are friends, I guess.
Just, so,
So she trails off because words are not her strong suit, and also I had something I was going to talk to her about. Right. You have anybody, I doubt, weapons smithing capable?
We make crude spear, as you see. And what else do they have? Oh, daggers. We have slings. Oh yeah, they have slings and daggers. They don't really have, and I thought they were supposed to have little spears. I guess that's the.
Dragon hearts have spears. I don't see any dragon hearts in any of this formation.
Yeah, but I've still got that scythe from that trap
No, we don't
that
have
I
anything.
still wanted. Did we not? We didn't find
No,
our shit, did we?
We never found our shit.
Motherfuckers!
Oh, no.
It's gonna take some serious talking to get Calcaria to stay. She starts thinking, she's like, son of a bitch!
It's like,
We provide you with daggers, slings, and small spears if you wish, but we don't have anything big on smithing. Goblins actually good at smithing, but you know.
I wouldn't call it good at smithing, as he kind of gingerly holds up the scimitar that he's requisitioned, and is just kind of, it's like, well, it's goblin work.
You're right, big.
We acquire our gear after we take a rest.
Yes, please. We must have small funeral for our friend here, for my subject. You are welcome to attend or rest, but you have all time you need, and we speak later. And she just turns around, and they go back towards the throne area, and they're gonna have like a little funeral of some sort, and then toss him in the garbage or whatever, and then it's just kidding. They send him to the Underdeep.
And then they eat him.
Yep, in a ritualistic funeral style.
Anyway, but Richter is gonna be like, nap. Because
Alenia shall attend as she only needs to rest for 4 hours.
You attend the funeral?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys can go in this room up. Here, let me reveal it. Not that it does much. I'll just reveal this is like more of their quarters up here. But they tell you can have like up in this area or the storeroom here. That's where you've rested before, we'll say. So move your icons if you're resting or if you wish to attend the service. Urki is actually a curious cleric. So I'm not sure how beat up he was, so he'll attend and kind of watch from the distance. And the other three of you are resting. You all have time to rest, of course. You don't have to go just 8 hours or 10. It's just as long as you need.
Kristen would have attended, but he's beat.
That's okay.
yeah, we're about as toasted as we could possibly get after getting our butts kicked in. So, yeah, Richter's gonna be like, all right, well, you two go have, pay respects, I guess.
Just
I don't think
press
you
F a
have
few
fun.
times.
I don't think have fun. And you know what? I need to just take a nap. Nap time. It's nap time for Richter.
So, let's see. Ilenia attends and Urki sees this too. Just real quick, they do something. There's some chanting, some type of really weird throat singing in Draconic, something you've never experienced before. So if you are the curious, educated type that likes to study other cultures or learn a little bit about them, this is not anything you've ever seen before. And it's actually pretty majestic for the small, the small heritage of creatures. And then he's laying there on the ground, and they sprinkle some type of sap or gooey stuff, like they pour it over his body. And at the end, Yuzdrael is like, and now we send you to, who would they say? I guess they would not say, she should say Tiamat probably, because they are probably more reddish. I'm not sure what heritage they are, but I think they're chromatic, maybe various colors of chromatic dragons, not metallic. So they're like, Tiamat, Ashadaran, we send our brethren to you. I'm not given the name here. I don't remember his name. If he had a name, I think we're saving.
He does. It's just I can't remember.
Was it Tic Tac? Was it? No, Tic Tac might have been another one. I don't know. Either way, and then she actually lowers down and she opens her mouth and she spews a little bit of flame out of her mouth like a red dragon. and it catches the corpse on fire, and that sticky sap that's been poured on him just like napalm just goes right up, and they all, ooh, they had eyebrows, they'd burn them off, but they're dragons, basically. And the body goes up and actually disintegrates rather quickly in about 10-15 minutes time. It's just everybody watches in silence until it's about ash, and then they put him together in a small jar, and he goes back on her throne. Several other small jars are collected,
Fascinating.
and the funeral's considered to be over at that point.
Not getting that actually, but
You get eyeballs. You and Urki get eyeballs. You get like a respect point you've earned. I don't really have any kind of ruling for that, but they give you a like a nod of respect. You know, they don't respect all of you, but you guys are like, all right. They give you some fist bumps as you're leaving, like yeah, and
Alenia shall really, really awkwardly return it.
whatever they do, it's just one of those hand things where you do all kinds of weird. Anyways, I'm just messing, but you're in the club. Anyway, so you guys get your long rest. That was the use rail thing. About halfway through the resting period, and I'll just go. We don't need to, unless it really gets serious. We'll find out. You guys are kind of like, what is the loud noise? And you just hear like the scraping of spears and sometimes like and you just hear goblins. Goblins are moving through our territory. Goblins, get your stuff. Get the slings, the daggers. We kill them. And it's mostly Draconic, so you're not gonna. But you guys might know Goblin and Draconic by now. The rest of you that don't speak it, so enough to pick it up.
I mean, Richter probably doesn't because Richter is Richter.
He don't give a crap.
He's kind of in it for the lulz at this point, but like he doesn't even wake up. We just hear.
Richter's just there for the chicks, man. He don't care.
Well, no, he's just that tired. Considering that someone had to revive him from the brink of death.
No, Tice the Betrayer. Goblins need rights as well.
Oh no.
Welcome, my friend.
No, leave us alone. No.
You see that the players
Love
fear
you,
you more
Tice.
than they fear me. That's some respect right there.
We love you, Tice, but go away.
Please don't hurt us.
I wouldn't beg. I think that only antagonizes him.
Probably.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
probably.
Yeah.
does anybody investigate what's happening?
Yes, so I can find somebody to
Tristan
yell
will.
at to shut the hell up.
I
Tristan will.
suppose Alenia shall.
Now, there's going to be more kobolds. I'm just not going to move all the icons, so I will direct your attention over to this part of the map right here.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Civvies.
sweet God.
And
Civvies.
Is that the sound of war crimes I hear?
the
But
kobolds,
Richter's not there.
the kobolds are
There's war crimes in D&D.
There's no Geneva.
It's okay,
Convention
Tice.
if there's no Geneva.
I appreciate it.
Good point. Yeah, good.
So who's going? Calcaria?
Yeah.
Tristan will.
Tristan. Okay, we'll say Urki and Richter are out like lights. What about Alenia?
She'll go.
So you guys will be. You can move your tokens just for sake of it. But you can put yourself right here. You can kind of get to you can kind of head off the kobolds before they charge in and murder the civvies. But these are of course all the goblins. The old and the young and the non-combatants. Men and women alike. And they're all like they seem to be coming from the North Passage here, where you guys have been down before, and they're trying to sneak out this way. It looks like they're, without I'm making perception checks. You get the idea. They all have stuffed their backpacks and gears and stuff stuffed up or fill, and they're trying to leave. And the kobolds are like coming up behind you guys, like, yes, easy meat. We finished them once and for all. Yeah.
No.
Let's see what you guys.
No?
No.
Of all the people to say no,
Oh.
we're not.
I can still kick your ass.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
You guys talk, right? You got about a moment before the kobolds try to get past you.
They could try to get past me. I don't care how I could take on a couple kobolds.
There's like, you know,
Yeah, I know. I could take on a couple kobolds. That's okay. That's Calcaria speaking.
so they see you standing in their way as you guys are bickering at each other, and I don't know, maybe Tristan, are you standing in the way as well? Sounds like, and they're like,
Yes.
what you doing? We have chat to finish.
No.
Not against those that can't defend themselves.
Oh, they can defend themselves. I'm sure they will raise arms
They
like this
are-
as screaming. Ah!
Calcaria kind of almost looks to Tristan almost like with a "can I kill them" look.
Oh, who? The kobolds or
The
the
kobolds.
Yeah.
No.
Frost.
there are some strong feelings here. She's not explaining because she doesn't do the feelings or the backstory thing, but
Sure,
I do.
I'm sure
Ah.
us,
No, we are not going to have you just murder these civilians just willy-nilly.
they would murder our civilians if given half chance. They goblins. Move, move, move.
But that does not mean.
Do you see a single
should
weapon
stoop to
among
their
them?
level.
We not stoop to level. We same height. What you mean? They have weapons. They have
You
frying
just
pan
count
and
yourself
stick.
a coward for attacking those without weapons that can't defend themselves?
They look at each
It's
other.
so
and they're-
recent, as I was so recently told, it's an expression.
That's good. Sorry, I lost train of thought. I was like, coward. We don't care. We want dead goblin.
No,
So
they are not fighting. They are fleeing.
someone will have to make a roll convincing them, whether it's
Can I
intimidate.
intimidate them?
You
Where
may.
is
Yeah, I
my
was gonna say that.
diplomacy?
What is my intimidation? I can intimidate.
You can throw intimidate, and I'll give you an advantage because of Tristan and Ilenia stepping in, or at least Tristan. I'm not sure where Ilenia stands right now. She seems to be kind of just antagonizing Calcaria for fun.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Thank you for that. That advantage was very helpful.
Yeah, so you don't need to use your advantage that you got for
Yeah.
the recap. You can
Yeah.
just
Yeah, the one that. Yeah,
oh, a twin.
20. Not natural. That was like a 17, but
It's a dirty 20.
it is a
Of
dirty
course
20.
not.
Yes.
This kind of 20.
You guys are all dirty 20s to me.
Oh my.
That might. Forget I said that. Ah, I'm sorry. I don't know what
On
that.
what
I don't know what that
scale?
means.
Ah.
Out of 20. Out of D1. Out of D. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, so you guys head up the kobolds. We have one little kobold on screen there. He was technically the guard, but we'll just say he kind of represents the kobolds. So what do you say finally to end this confrontation?
I kind of. So what I picture Calcaria doing is just kind of like stepping closer and like looking down at him and just kind of shoving back all of the tired, all of the rage fatigue, all of that, and just kind of glaring down at him and just like
I am too tired for this.
you she says something to the effect of, if you want to get to them, you will go through me.
They're like, they start to growl, and then they look at each other like, yeah, and then they look back at it and they see Tristan, and they're like, and they kind of like growl a little less, and then they look at each other, start chatting, and then they look and see Ilenia, and they're like, Ilenia, what are you doing? Are you just letting it happen?
Standing around
Being
looking
kind
pretty.
of not passive aggressive, but like coldly neutral towards the kobold.
Okay, I think that's enough, and they have respect for you right now. So they're,
Tsundere.
and then they kind of like, and they're kind of all just like their adrenaline's coming down. They're like,
Kind of deflate.
we tell you, Drail, you let the goblin escape. What if they come back with stronger number?
Then you deal with
Then
it.
we'll deal with them. Wow. I love that you shoved the responsibility on them, and I'm like, we'll take responsibility.
Almost, you say it at
That's
the same,
just great.
and you say it at the same time too.
Yeah.
I think
Some combination thereof.
It's great.
they kind of like look at both of you, and then they back away. Like, we tell you, Strail. She know what to do. What, you know, as most of them are leaving, the one that was in front looks back and it looks like Tristan is like, you say you take care of, but once you are done with what you need here, you leave and you never come back. I sure. And you should promise to eradicate all threat in lower level. You know, tree, evil druid, hobgoblin, goblin.
And we will.
Bugbear. I think there's bugbear down there. I don't know.
Whatever threat there is to you down there, they will be gone.
So one of his buddies was there with him, kind of like, and they look at each other like, and they turn around and they walk away. All right. It's good. One roll. Lots of role playing. I like that. Good scene. You guys can go back to bed now.
Back to bed.
You door opens and just
Back to bed.
Yes.
I'm going to keep all these goblin tokens here because I just don't feel like moving them again. But they are, for all intents and purposes, gone. So the civilians, as you guys take note, there was no warriors there. The civilians have gotten the heck out. It's been like 3 or 4 hours since you came back and started resting.
Yeah.
And you guys are just getting comfortable again. You're just dozing off to sleep when your whole room just shakes. It's like... You just hear this huge, loud noise. It just... And then somewhere in the distance you hear it again, like... Not quite as intense, but you hear it. And...
Just do not usually do that.
Swear to all the gods that might still listen to me. I will kill the next person who wakes me.
I don't think your ego counts.
So you guys are all finally shaken awake by that because it was very close. But then it stops after a few minutes and you hear just that, like, a kobold running by your room and running down towards, like, from, like, this way, you know, like this guy making...
Richter's gonna bust out like the Kool-Aid Man, wondering
Oh,
what the fuck was that?
and they're all gathering outside again because they're still on high alert, right? Yustra. She's like, what is meaning of this? Yustra need her beauty sleep, after all.
Likewise.
What on earth is going on?
I mean, Urky's, I'm going to leave Urky there, but he'd be part of it. He's like, down passage, you know, the near one with Pit, our northern passage. They cave it in. They cave it in completely. Is impassable. Goblins, hobgoblin, make it no way go through there. Take a look for yourself. Well, she didn't expect his queen to do that. He's like, big ones can take a look for themselves. We hear in 2 spots. One is right through northern passageway. One is around the long way, probably.
Well, Tristan's gonna go look.
Eustrail's like, well, as long as they get our dragon back, it is not my problem. Good night. You want to take a look, Tristan?
Richter will go take a look.
Yep, taking a look.
Oh, yeah.
Because at this point, Richter's
I like
pretty
that.
much put back together after a couple hours of sleep.
What did you say, Frost?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to clear that initiative order. So you guys can see that token there, right? Or the rubble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Zarkaria. Good night. I didn't even see you say hello. Good night. So, yes.
Oh, hey.
I mean, I only put it there that big, but that next room is entirely filled in. The hallway has come down. The roof has come down, just caved in, and just all this rubble from like the fortress above, pieces of it, because the top has all been like come down and crushed in. So they somehow have caved it in, and a lot of that upper rubble is coming. It's spread outward, and it will take you. I mean, just looking at it, it's going to take days to.
In hindsight, we should have probably gotten our gear while we still have the chance.
You guys didn't have a chance.
There will be a way.
So
we'll find our gear soon enough. We'll just need to find a way around.
And you guys already came or were coming the way around originally when you first retreated. Then you went back through this way, had the big battle, got imprisoned, and then you went out back the long way. So you've already know the way back around pretty well.
Oh, that leaves only one way around the rubble. Back in our
Which just
favorite
is the route
room,
we'll
the thing that sat us all on our ass the first time.
It should have dissipated by now.
Great. It's fine. We'll deal with it later. The next person that wakes me will be punched out.
I can actually believe her.
Likewise. Eleni is kind of regretting that she doesn't have a familiar right now to do that.
I was going to cast light, and then I realized, oh, right, we don't have any of our kit. I don't have any of my fucking components.
Yeah.
I have 0 of my components.
You guys can't cast any spells?
Not
that I have a component.
Not without our focus.
Not without a long
our
rest, no.
component.
What about the cleric?
Eleni has a few cantrips that she can use. I
The
think.
cleric can.
I'll check.
I didn't realize that was a thing when I took all your
We
stuff.
haven't had a long rest yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't finished our rest yet.
No, you'll have a chance
good
now.
point.
Those were all the interruptions I was going to do. Those are the 3 things I wanted to, as I'm moving the story forward and setting it up. I think how it would work between the kobolds and the goblins.
Back to bed.
So you guys can finish your long rest at this point.
Ignore that. Sorry. Keep again.
Ray of Frost has no effect on the rubble pile.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the info stuff.
No,
Trying to-
A shame.
but anyway,
One eternity later.
the kobolds I decided not to send reinforcements with you. They still think you can take care of it, especially now that you've knocked down their numbers. They are remaining on high alert, but they are going to remain back home. They still have like 3 goblin prisoners you learn from just different chatting, which is actually, they are held in this room down here, 4 goblin prisoners. And when they were talking about just killing them now because the threat's been eliminated, and some are like, no, not all the way yet. Hold on to some. So they got a few prisoners. And that's the word around the used rails. Seems like she's getting a little impatient, but at the same time, she's also happy that the goblins have been mostly defeated. And you guys will finish your long rest, and, next day, quote unquote, you guys are ready to go. And you can tell me where you want to start and what you want to do first.
Start working our
First
way
off, we
around
need
the
to go
rubble.
around that.
I need my shit.
Likewise.
would like to
Richter's
get our
gonna
gear
start
back,
off
but-
with is this gonna put, yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so it's a little information. I always forget it. Does it click it now, or is it the information on? So he's going to, since he's kind of awake, he's had his nap while everybody else has already kind of gone and saw the civilians make their exodus. So he's probably gotten his nap. So like, as part of the long rest, he's also gonna take time to like scrape some soot up and like probably try to find some considering how overgrown this place is, there's probably some glowing moss here or there.
Oh, yeah.
That he's gonna pick up for components so he can actually cast light.
Oh, yeah. I think you can put light together. It's pretty basic. So, yes. That's fine. Anybody else have anything that they need to put forward or say or do? You guys need any weapons from the kobolds?
Oh. That actually won't hurt.
I know
They don't have a rapier.
We also
somewhere, do
ransacked
they?
a couple things from the corpses of the hobgoblins and goblin guards from the. I think we gave
I thought someone took.
Tristan. I think we gave Tristan the long sword. I have a scimitar. I picked up
Yeah.
a goblin scimitar and a short bow, and I think we gave Linnea the longbow.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a longbow now. Okay. Do I have a quiver and arrows?
Oh, there's plenty of arrows. You have as many as a quiver can hold, probably your 30, or if you want 2 quivers full, I mean, you can have it.
Oh, okay.
Which is GM speak for we're not tracking arrows anymore unless they're special.
I mean, you should still
Although,
maybe
if-
track them, but yes.
Anyone else can use it? Can anyone else use a longbow?
No one wants to, I don't think, at this point.
I mean, I could technically use it. Because there's nothing
As Ray
preventing
of
a
Frost, I
halfling.
want to say is like just as
Oh, I do remember you saying that before, too. It's like just as effective as... Well,
I'm a monk barbarian. I don't use a longbow.
you
I
might...
mean,
Yeah,
I'll
that
happily
is just as
if that's the case, then I'll happily just upgrade to a longbow.
yeah. You take it then.
Alrighty.
Let me check. Yeah, Ray of Frost is just literally the same thing.
All right. Anything else you need to do, or shall we move you over to where you want to begin questing?
Let's get this going.
She'll
A group.
let's go
So-
questing.
So here's the thing I posed to the party here. Do we
Hmm.
want
Yes, we do.
to endeavor to go straight for the back there to try to make our way around the rubble to try to find our stuff? Or do we want to make a pit stop at the magic door of turn undead nonsense and see what's in it?
Ma-
I think we
Magic
should get our
door,
stuff
turn
first.
Undead. What are you talking about?
Right. That was before we found you. Yeah, this door.
As we move it.
Requires someone who knows
The
turn
undead
undead.
dragon upon it.
That
Door supposedly
Oh.
opens if you make with some of the turn undead magic. Kind of nonsense.
Oh,
Tristan.
Trap's already been disabled.
Actually,
Oh,
hell,
Trump's
let's
already-
just
that's good.
do it.
Tristan,
I mean,
I shall enlighten you. Carvings on this western door show skeletal dragons. A draconic inscription on the door reads, "Rebuke the dead, open the way." Within 5 feet of the door, the air is noticeably cooler, and the door itself is cold to the touch.
Well, I'm definitely not going to repeat the phrase I just read. We've already learned that could be deadly.
Lucas, I'm going to
So-
cast. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Let me make sure I can cast it real
Proceed.
quick. But I'm assuming I can. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on him.
Oh yeah, no, you've had plenty of time to do that. So you
Oh,
guys.
never mind. I'm not. It requires material.
So this is the fountain that. This is the
What
fountain.
material component does it require?
Piece of cured leather.
That's easy enough.
There's so much armor around. Yeah, you can have that one. You're fine.
Okay.
Calcaria, this is the fountain that you got that fire breathing spell.
I
Potion
know.
out
Has
of.
it like refilled?
No.
Maybe.
It
Aww.
is dry as a bone.
She kind of like she's acting like she's not interested, but she kind of just glances over and she,
Sure. Yeah, just like runs her finger through it, just make sure there's no residue, you know. Oh, the door is still
she's
cold.
almost pouting.
You see the
I only got to use it once.
There's the disarmed Scythe trap above the door where it's blue. You can definitely tell it's magic when you're within. Magically defended when you're within a few feet of it. So
Well,
they kind
in
of
that case,
they figured that it needs some type of either knock spell or a spell that rebukes undead in order to open it.
in that case, he shall channel divinity one time, choosing to make the effect of turn undead.
Oh, you do it, eh?
Uh-oh.
I don't like that tone of voice.
Yeah, I don't.
I am terrified now.
Yep. I want you guys want to stand back a little.
I know Kakaria's right up there next to Tristan,
So
cracking her knuckles.
let me look.
Door opens.
All right, so
I reject you, unholy abominations, and on the door. And
you see like the skeletal dragons, they kind of like they're in like this position, you know, like, and they twist and move on the door, and they kind of like hiss a little bit, and then they lay flat again, and you can just feel like you just hear a lot go disengage. It's like a real heavy set. It's not even like a heavy set door, but it's just the magic binding it with the lock in there. But it completely, the magic dissipates, the lock disengages, and the door kind of creaks open. And description: 5 dusty sarcophagi, 3 to the north and 2 to the south, stand on end in this silent chamber. Each of the carved stone coffins resembles a noble, elf-like humanoid in ceremonial robes. An altar, the very back there in the west wall, with images of dragons carved into its black obsidian, is set in the center of the west wall. A single candle burns brightly on the altar. Next to the candle are a small whistle and a crystal flask.
Okay. Before Tristan walks in, Richter is going to grab him by the back of the belt and pull him back. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I thought you
Let me look
disabled any
first.
traps.
On the outside,
Yes, we have not disabled any inside.
Ah,
we couldn't open door before. Back
Right.
up.
go ahead.
I
This
wish
is
to check
your
for
area
traps.
of expertise, clearly.
It's a trap.
That's a trap.
So is that going to be a perception or an investigation, boss?
Investigation is fine.
Oh, if it's investigation, they also,
Sure.
or would that not be my area of expertise?
Or you can help me.
Yeah,
You can
I'll
assist
help.
me and give me advantage.
Yeah, I'll help.
There you go. 17. Okay.
So, all right, I checked the room for traps from the doorway, out of reach of possibly any poison gas traps. We learned that lesson.
Yeah.
You don't see any type of physical traps or any type of thing by stepping over there. You don't see that the large ornate rug on the floor, which is actually not in very good shape, has any type of pit trap beneath it or pressure plate. Nothing you can see from where you're standing seems to be trapped in any way.
Okay, we can get in there. There doesn't seem to be anything physical. Magical? Well, that's not my department. And Richter will then boldly take the first step, a couple steps into the room.
And suddenly, nothing happens.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, in that case,
You worry too much.
Alenia, you know the ways of the arcane. Are you able to detect any magic?
Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Oh, wait. No, not yes as to detect magic, sorry. Or as to if I
Yes, as
detect
to
magic.
not detect magic. Yes.
Words. Isn't it? Would you all mind waiting for about 10 or so minutes? I can,
My guess, princess.
so that I can so that I can determine whether or not there is magic without spending too much of my rather limited, especially with the spellbook, magical resources.
So you're going to do a ritual of
I mean-
that spell?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you're a
TLDR,
wizard.
ritual casting. Yeah. With only
You
2
know-
slots left.
But the question is, can you even cast without your spellbook?
That is a good question.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Bladesinger might have some funky rules
Let
for
me.
that, but
You should see.
because
That's
I
a
mean,
deep. I don't know, to be honest.
because I know wizards either need I know normally wizards of
The book.
Their
the
spellbook.
normal garden hedge variety require a spellbook or their spell focus, which at current you don't have either.
Yeah.
What's your spell focus? Zero.
A crystal.
Oh yeah, the hobgoblin's got that shiny right in his
Yeah.
pocket. You know that.
Oh joy.
Was it on the hobgoblin?
No. Oh, not that hobgoblin. That would go to the captain. Come on, I can't just let that dangle there. Plus, I don't. I lumpily just said all PC stuff is in X location. I used to always, as a kid, because I didn't want to mess with it, I used to always put it in a treasure chest right outside the dungeon door. And like, there it is. But I'm playing grown-up D&D now.
I don't think it really specifies.
I don't think it explicitly says, but it's implied.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough then. So yeah,
It might be that you can't prepare different spells.
Yeah, I think yeah, that it does explicitly say that.
So you have the spells that you had previous?
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
changed them.
All right, then. If you don't have that spell, are we good, or can you still do ritual, or?
I did have it prepared.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a section in the core rulebook underneath your spellbook sidebar that says replacing the book that implied, let's see, if you lose your spellbook, you can use the same procedure to transcribe the spells that you have prepared into a new spellbook. Filling out the remainder of your spellbook requires you to find new spells. Do so as normal.
So it's implied that you have it like memorized, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. My bad.
So, do you not have spells then?
I do, but I
She
can't.
would still have the same spells memorized she had prepared last time. So she can't, if she doesn't have the spell prepared, she can't ritual spellcast.
I did have it prepared.
Huh?
All right, well, throw that spell up there. I want to see what it says, and then
Okay.
and everybody's being patient to give her 10 minutes
Yeah,
or so.
sorry about that, everyone.
You're fine. So duration of magic within 30 feet of you.
Being asked for 10 minutes, Kalkaria just rolls her eyes.
Does everybody wait 10 minutes?
Yeah.
If not, I can. If y'all don't want to
Richter-
wait, I can cast
Well,
it.
Richter is going to be like pointedly touch nothing, but yeah, just eyeball the room, I guess.
So you detect magic coming from... I'm not sure if potions detect as magic.
That's a good question.
Speaking of potions, Kalkaria is going to get bored after about 5 minutes and go and poke at the flask because that's the only thing that.
So you don't wait. You don't wait the 10 minutes for him to finish.
She's looking for traps. I'm just poking at the flask. It's fine.
It's fine.
That's Kalkaria's way thinking anyway. Like, there's no physical trap. I'm fine.
So
I think potions would be. This is just my non-DM opinion. Potions would be kind of like weak magical or weakly detected because
I
they
would agree
are
with that.
magic items.
I would agree with that. So Kakari, put yourself at.
I will say when I DM, I always had them come off with magical aura of some kind.
Okay, that's us. I was kind of thinking about. Kalkaria, so it takes 10 minutes to cast. After about 5 minutes, you said you go up and poke at the flask up on the altar.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your token there,
Yeah.
and then click it.
I swear, if a fireball hits the room,
I'll be fine. I've got a resistance to fire.
oh joy!
I'm a tiefling.
Go ahead and okay.
Sorry about the whole rules couple.
Yeah, no worries.
It happens.
Eh.
Oh, motherfucker.
So as soon as you poke at the crystal flask, all 5 sarcophagi
no.
explode open, just, and these skeletal frames just go, and they stand up, immediately draw their oh, that's a zombie, not a skeleton. Why is a zombie on my skeleton? That's weird.
There's a zombie on my skeleton.
It's like, wait a minute, I pulled out
There's a
the...
skeleton on my zombie.
And now,
If we want to be real honest here, there's a skeleton in my zombie.
all right, I'm refreshing my roll 20, guys. Sorry about
That is
this.
true.
My roll 20 is being a punk. We're
You
refreshing.
had to touch the flask. You
Yep.
just had
So, Elena, you're 5 minutes through. You're starting to feel the presence of magic in the room, and suddenly, maybe it's not interrupted, but you might have to make a concentration check here, unless you just don't care because it doesn't matter at this point. And all 5 sarcophagi
I'll,
explode.
just for the hell of it, all make it.
Let's see if I can make roll
What
20.
is it?
There we go. Okay, so
What do you roll for concentration? Sorry.
Con.
okay, this is really weird.
Oh, God.
You can see it on my people that are watching can see it on my screen. I literally have the skeleton up here. When I click on the character sheet, it's the zombie sheet.
Fun.
They look like skeletons to me.
No, they are not the same profile because zombies have undead fortitude. We cannot deal with undead fortitude right now. No. Just
That is really weird, yeah. The character
try-
sheet linked to it is the zombie.
go through the compendium and just pull up skeleton through the compendium
I'm trying.
again and just drag a new skeleton out into the map somewhere. Doesn't need to be somewhere visible, and see if that generates a new sheet. I guess I should open up the Twitch and hopefully my internet can handle that with me. And
That is so stupid. I've had this. We fought skeletons earlier, and now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just gonna delete that item. I'm deleting that character
yeah,
sheet.
go ahead, delete that sheet, and and then that's a skeleton character sheet, not what you need. So go, so yeah, open up your compendium, look up skeleton, and then just drag skeleton into the field here.
Yep, doing that. Character sheet. There it is. Now it's right. That is weird. I remember it was giving me problems last time we played too.
It was giving you a little bit of a hiccup, but not this badly.
All right.
Then again, Roll20 is also trying to catch up with the rollout for Tasha's right now too. So.
Good point.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah.
No excuses. All right. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So, why don't we get a turn order going? Everybody, click on your token, and then do the initiative thing.
Well, fuck.
Son of a fuck!
Macy, shut up. Not you guys. I'm talking to my dog.
Like, I will save you. I guess no, I'm not.
Nice.
Why do I always roll so shit on initiative? Always.
No. I don't know.
You at least rolled average.
At least.
4.
So does it look like Eleni is going, and then all 4 skeletons? You guys are about to get.
Yeah.
And as soon as these caskets pop up, and
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I mean, that's not what's going through Calcaria's head right now.
She's probably like, "Oh, delightful, something to do."
Yes. Calcaria, in fact, as soon as you revealed those tokens, my mind went, oh, now it's getting fun.
Gotcha, bitch.
Calcaria. Blood for the blood god.
So you
Pretty
just go up there
much.
and you just poke at the crystal flask. It instantly explodes. These skeletons stand up with short swords in hand, and they attack. Elenia, you're actually like in the middle of spell casting. It like they just as the sarcophagi are exploding, you feel this vibrant magic emanating from them. Which I don't know if they would actually. I wasn't going to have them radiate magic, but just kind of like for the narration of it, you're like, oh. And so, do you drop your spell to do something else, or are you going to continue casting? Like it's your turn, you know.
keep in mind, 1 minute is
It's
10
10
rounds.
Although,
You are
with that
not
being
going to finish
said-
that ritual.
Yeah, no. I think I will drop it.
You just step outside.
As all the... Actually, I don't even think I have anything else that uses concentration. Like, even if I had everything on me. So you know what? I'll just keep concentrating on it.
On your ritual?
When you say concentrating, you mean concentration itself, right?
No, you're still in the midst of casting it.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
ritual.
no. Yeah,
Because
yeah,
whatever the casting time.
yeah, you're right. The
of
casting takes 10
detect
minutes.
magic is you add 10 minutes to that for ritual casting.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not going to keep doing that then. I thought you meant like concentration, the mechanic. But yeah, no, I'm not going to do nothing whole, right?
All right.
So, let's see. I shall.
Did we give Tristan the longsword, or did we give Ilenia the? Oh, but Ilenia picked up a scimitar too, didn't you?
I did.
I thought Tristan got the longsword, but I don't remember.
I thought you had the scimitar.
We picked.
There
up
were
another
more
one
than one.
Oh, yeah.
because all goblins have a freaking scimitar, and
Yeah, I
it's
guess I have a
dex-based,
scimitar now.
and it's a dex-based weapon.
I have.
Oh,
I
wait,
have
what?
longsword on my sheet.
What?
So
It's a.
Okay, so yeah, Tristan took the longsword. Eleni has a couple scimitars. Richter has the long bow.
Oh. Oh
Longbow
yeah.
and-
yeah,
I think
now
the thing
remember.
is, Ilenia isn't proficient with
Yeah,
the
but
scimitar.
I mean, I'll still
Yeah,
pick it up.
you don't need to be proficient with it.
You just don't
Yeah.
get your proficiency bonus if you're not.
Yeah.
How much damage does that do anyways? 26. Okay. So I will Ray of Frost. This guy. So, can
Hit me with your best shot. Man, frost it away.
Ouch.
That ain't my best shot.
I'm afraid that's not going to do it, as a ranged touch attack goes. But you did make a new friend. Which one were you shooting at? The top middle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have a new friend. Okay. Do you move at all? Keeping in mind that you are in provoking.
Actually, I shall move. Can I move here?
You should be able to move there, yes.
Yeah, I will do that then.
All right. Well, this one's going to move down.
I'll be back in a moment.
And it just moves down and targets Tristan.
of course.
How's 17 do you?
It's
Because we
that
don't have
definitely
our armor on.
hits.
Oh God, we don't. I forgot that's a problem for other people.
I mean, for the bonk, you're fine.
I don't wear armor to begin with, or use weapons much.
I had chainmail and a shield, not anymore.
So it stabs you, 7 piercing. Next one goes to the bottom. It moves over to the right, and it's going to attack. Oh, actually, Richter, because it has advantage from flanking. I think 23 does it.
Yeah, that'll.
I cry party foul. Okay, now I'm at 8 HP.
And
That second one was Richter, not a.
And then this one moves.
Tristan.
This one moves down.
Oh, that was Richter.
Yeah,
Oh.
the second one was Richter.
Oh no.
Second one was Richter.
For a
Sorry.
second there, I thought that was me again.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then the third one is going to be Elenia, who looks like it was escaping, also with advantage. So they got some major flanking going on here. And I don't think it does a 12 hit Elenia.
Nope.
Not with
Nope,
that.
it doesn't.
Oh, snizzap.
Not with the mage armor.
Even
ones-
without mage armor, that wouldn't hit.
The skeleton that's there on one side of Calcaria.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. I forgot the
No
blade
armor.
song.
Also,
You forgot what, Frost?
I forgot the blade song. Oh, well, I'll do it next turn.
Okay. And then so the one up north of Calcaria, back to normal, regular short sword attack. 16,
that hits.
8 piercing.
I'm
Man,
not raging yet.
those dice is rolling well. And then it is Tristan's turn, and then the last skeleton.
And Richter's just say, do the thing again, do the thing that you did with the door, ow!
I can't. That was a single use. I'd have to rest again.
You're so stupid.
If
I
there
got
was
there,
ever a
Durnan.
time Tristan were angry at someone, it's Calcaria right
Oh,
now.
you stop. Oh, you know what?
Is he?
John.
Have I made him so angry he's speaking in the third person?
Wait, before we go any further, roll initiative for Urki. We forgot Urki. Urki might.
Oh,
Who could forget
is
Urki?
Urki still level 1?
Who could
Or
forget
is
our
Urki level 2 by
useless
this point?
NPC Urki?
I still had him at level 1, but boy, he went through that battle.
Yes, he did. That's why I'm asking. And
I feel
could
like you're-
speed level him.
I feel like you really want him to be second level.
I wonder why.
I really need him to be second level because that's probably going to be the only thing that saves our bacon, considering that we're all freaking naked.
I'm gonna.
In the
If you can give me an initiative first and then speed level him, I will allow it.
yeah, he's a
The
8.3.
the consequence will be that he's going to, if he's already lost his turn. Where's he at? 8.3. Okay.
Right before me.
Yep.
Okay. So nope, he still gets to have his turn unless you're not done yet.
I'm leveling him up right
Tristan, it is your turn, and then the
Well-
last skeleton.
Tristan
What class
Tristan is
is
going
Reroll
to
once for hit points.
swing His
If you
Tristan is going to swing his long sword at the one to the east of him.
at the one to the east. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Swing.
Oh, a 17 most definitely will do it. My good friend.
Oh. Hera Priest.
So you're not.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
Oh, just click on the.
Why is it not rolling damage?
Click on the where it says longsword on the roll itself.
On the chat. In the chat, click on.
Oh.
Yep.
A whopping 4 damage.
4 slashing. You're doing damage like your Dungeon World character now there.
I know. Makes me sad.
Okay, level up complete.
That was fast. Okay. You still do 4 damage. There is no resistance there, like there used to be. Bludgeoning,
Oh, yeah.
bludgeoning does more, but this does not get
We need
halved.
to get out of here.
And then the next skeleton goes, and it will step up to flank with Calcaria.
Thank me. Yeah.
You know, I got to do that.
We were set up perfectly for these flanks, man.
It fell nicely into my hands. 4 piercing, as you were like seeing that one, you like take your hand back as it slashes where your hand was for that crystal, and then you're like, aha, and then you get stabbed from behind. But now it is Urki's turn, and then Richter's, and then Calcaria's, then the top of the order. Calcaria, you were just like, yeah, I'm bored, bink, and just caught off guard.
Okay, cool. They're all in range. Urki is going to move up to the doorway, see what the hell is going on, and then he is going to channel divinity, turn undead. because he is also a cleric. And, fuck y'all. I don't like these skeletons. So, as an action, he gets to present his holy symbol, which I imagine that they would have been able to keep a holy symbol because it probably is something only meaningful to a cleric and not shiny.
I don't know if he would have his holy symbol, actually, but... Ooh.
Oh, come on. Give us a break here, boss.
I just...
But you can either.
I just did.
That's true. It does say you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer.
I mean, if
that's
they
it.
don't have the holy symbol, we shouldn't have been able to open the door.
Here's the thing. I will allow that, but it has to be a tattoo of it, and it's on his chest. So he has to, like, Superman...
Of course he
He has
has.
to Superman open, like, his vestments. It's...
I mean, if that's what it's going to take,
Urki is
Then-
quirky.
I'm not going to
Yep.
complain.
then the only thing I have to say to that is,
Damn, look at them titties.
Nice.
so, but he turns undead, so any undead that can see or hear him within 30 feet must make a wisdom save. If the creature fails, it's turned for 1 minute, so 10 rounds of combat, or until it takes damage.
Yep.
Asterisk. Until it takes damage. Focus fire.
This is for Calcaria specifically.
So, a turned creature must spend
Doesn't
its
know
turns
this.
trying to move as far away from Urki
That's
as it can. It can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of Urki. and so AKA it cannot get closer to Urki, and everything has to run away from Urki.
Yep. It's going to move to the west of the room. So I will start.
Great.
I'll start with the 2 around Calcaria, the north one, and then. So what's my wisdom save? What's their?
The wisdom save. Yeah, it took me. Sorry, that took me half a second. Spell save DC of 12.
Okay.
Ouch.
The ones around Calcaria make it. Then we're going to go Tristan's left, Tristan's right, and then the bottom one.
Fail. Succeed. Fail.
So I will mark them. The ones that.
Alright, so when something's turned, it doesn't get opportunity attacks, right?
No. When
It's forced to flee.
It is forced to flee. It is required for it to use its action to dash to get away. Or if it's stuck in a corner somewhere, the only thing it can do is use dodge
So
for a full minute, and they don't get to make that save again.
Urki's
It only
just
worked
like.
on 2 of them, Ilenia. Calm down.
Urki's like, look at this.
No, but still, we can just focus on them and take them out one by one.
So Urki, is that his turn?
Yes,
he
but
moves up
you
and
hit them,
Yep.
they will
So
no
that was
longer
his
wish to flee
so
again.
Yep. So that was his channel divinity, which I forget. Does that count as action?
there goes all my hard flanking work. Richter, it is your turn. If he moved up,
Yeah, hold on.
unless he wants to move away, but then he has an opportunity attack by the one inside the door.
Urki, so before we move on to onto Richter, Urki does have a bonus action,
Okay.
of which he is going to use that to cast Healing Word on. So Tristan, how badly did you get smacked?
He got taken for 7, I think.
Less than half. Less than half.
Kakaria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I took 2 swords, and I'm not raging yet.
Kakaria, you'll heal 6 HP.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
All right.
Brings me back into the double digits.
All right, Victor, and then Calcaria, and then Ilenia. So they got the upper hand right first, but I think you're about to turn this battle around. All things
Okay,
considered.
Richter is going to turn around with his scimitar, and he's going to attack the one.
Northeast.
Yeah, he is. I'm actually going to pivot around to get flanking,
Oh yes.
and then I'm going to pimp slap this thing with the scimitar.
Pimp slap away. Pimp slap away. Pimp slap
Advantage
away.
because of flanking.
Critical.
Oh, yes.
Very nice. That should do it.
Nice.
That's 9 exactly.
Yep.
Finish him.
That's exactly what you needed. So.
Fatality.
So you duck and roll between his legs. It's just like looking at you. It like turns and then it sees a scimitar hit it right in the. Well, I think you take it
I
right.
literally just flick the scimitar up, and we watch its head go spinning off into the distance.
All right, and then the body just kind of collapses into a dusty pile of bones with the weapon, the scimitar, and the short bow. They all have short bows as well, and arrows. So you have all kinds of stuff supplied.
Yep.
And then
as a bonus action,
yep.
I am going to. So now Richter is going to. You know what? Never mind. He's not going to do that. Never mind. Carry on.
No.
Calcaria, make with a bang bang. Bam bam.
Yeah. I have to figure out if I'm gonna rage or not, because that takes my bonus action. But I can also use a bonus action to get a second attack. Okay. No, because I'm gonna need that damage reduction. I'm gonna, bonus action, rage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna drive a fist into the center of the skeleton directly in front of her.
Which is that the north or the south?
North.
Okay. Make with the fist to face action.
Yes. I need to make sure that it is using strength, not dex, so I get my bonus damage.
Wait, Scorpion's the skeleton, but you're gonna Scorpion the skeleton? Yeah.
And I am going.
The Revenant, if anything.
Okay. I just from the very first game / movie. And he's just like, I always love them. Like, oh, that's a
Come on,
surprise.
Calcaria. Show us your best.
Yeah, sorry. I need to put 2 different melee attacks in here, so I have one for when she's raging, one for when she's not.
Why?
Okay, because I need to clarify this. Well, because when I'm raging, if I make a melee weapon attack using strength, I gain a bonus to the damage roll. But because I'm a monk, I can use dex.
Oh, so yeah, you pick
But so
the-
I need to clarify something really quickly, because I roll the attack using strength because I'm raging and I want that extra damage. But because I'm a monk with martial arts, I add my dex. Wait, where is that? Yeah, I can add my dex to the damage rolls. So it would roll using strength, but add dex to the damage
yeah, those
because
aren't,
of how those two interact.
yeah, those aren't mutually exclusive, so that should be how it works.
Okay.
At least
Sounds like it.
That's what initial reading would say.
Okay, and I am raging.
Just go with it.
Okay.
Make with the punchy.
And I forgot to mention, I'm using the advantage I got at the beginning because I wanted to make sure I hit since I only have 1 attack this combat.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. You hit.
So yeah, 18. Let me make sure.
Give me some damage first before you waste your second attack on him if you don't need to.
I don't have a second attack because I used my bonus action to rage.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That second attack is a bonus action, yeah.
Okay.
I think I have to... Okay, good, it did add the extra damage. Of course I rolled a 1 on my damage.
So what's the damage vulnerability? Is that half again as much or twice as much? No, that's...
If it's vulnerable, then it's double the damage.
Okay, so that's...
So it would take 8 because the bludgeoning is 3.
6,
actually,
then 8.
Does my
Yep.
rage damage, is that separate or is that...
It's considered separate. It's
Yep.
it's a separate line item.
It's separated it.
Okay.
But that's...
It just says you gain a bonus to the damage roll, actually. Like,
yeah, but
that's
it's
still
considered-
counted as separate?
It's considered rage damage.
Yep.
Huh, alright.
So when it comes to the purposes of damage calculation, you always sum up the different damage types.
Okay.
So bludgeoning. So if you have so if you do an attack that does bludgeoning and an effect that gives you additional bludgeoning damage, then you combine those in order for the purposes of doing the math for resistance or vulnerability. But you don't involve that bit of math in for, say, rage damage. It all happens at once, but it's just counted separately.
Right, it's just the way that it's worded makes it...
Elenia.
That's not what I meant to do.
So you punch it hard in the chest, several ribs get shattered as you hit the spinal cord in the back, and it hits the wall, slams, but I was going to say it shakes off. It doesn't do that because it's not living, it doesn't have feelings or emotions or pain. It just bounces off and then comes right back at you to attack again. Elenia is, unless you're going to move Calcaria or do anything else, then...
No.
All right, Elenia.
Okay, I shall start my blade song. And
Blade
then
song.
go over here and hit him with the words, the scimitar.
Hit him with your flute, Craig. All right, so you got flanking.
1d6.
So you have advantage on the roll. Yeah, you guys turned that battle around
Do I have
fast.
a 1d6? No. I'm a dummy. That was me being dumb.
Yeah. Did you?
Does a 14 hit?
Well, what's the first one? The 7.
Oh, I
Okay.
rolled damage first by accident.
Well, then you roll.
But
You rolled a 7, then you rolled a 14.
Because he's rolling at
Yeah.
advantage because of flanking.
Oh, I see. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And then I forgot to add my dexterity mod, which is...
Okay, hold the phone. Do you not have the? Did you not drag a scimitar into your inventory? Because you should have a scimitar in your attacks.
Oh, I
You
can
did.
do that?
Yes. So bring up scimitar as an item in your compendium.
It still works. A 14 still hits, so you can still.
Okay.
Why don't you give us the damage first, and then you can do that afterwards.
Yeah, so
So
your
that's
scimitar, if
1d6.
you're using Dex, is going to be, so go ahead and type
1d6 plus 3.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 3, because you're not adding your proficiency.
Okay.
Still
6 damage.
not bad. Not bad.
Okay, so, but yeah,
Yeah.
just bring up
Yeah, I got
scimitar
it.
in your, and then just drag it on your sheet, and it'll make that entry.
Okay.
And then, once that entry is in there, hit the gear, and then just switch the strength over to Dex, and then make sure you uncheck proficiency.
Calcaria.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
This one is going to move all the way to the corner to get away. Actually, I guess it doesn't leave your provoked space, so it just goes there
Oh, yeah.
and it dashes and it stops. That was boring. Let's go to the next one. Next one has to do the same thing. It's going to move 3 spaces here, 1 up near his buddy, and then back down here. So that will give you an opportunity attack on the one in the
I'm
bottom.
gonna take it. But I'm not rolling at advantage anymore. I miss. That's a 6.
Wow.
There's a reason I used my advantage on that first attack, okay?
Yikes. Okay.
20 hates me.
All right, and then you have a flanker. The flanker skeleton to your north gets to go, looking for a little bit of vengeance, if it could think like that. And will come at you with a short sword for a 13.
Nope.
All right, excellent. And it's otherwise it doesn't have a second attack, and it's not going to move because they're just like, they're there to attack. So then it becomes Tristan's turn.
that's why it wasn't working.
Tristan.
Then moves up to that particular skeleton
That numbskull. Yeah.
and swings his longsword at it.
Okay.
Wow.
That was
A 9.
devastatingly bad. Not you. Just roll 20, treating you bad. Is there anything else you can do or want to do?
Calcaria, how bad are you looking right now?
She's at 11 of 17 after Quirky's healing.
You're fine.
Yeah, no, she's fine.
Perfect. I love how you say that. Let me just roll the skeleton to her south as he flanks.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, I'm not raging, so I take half damage.
Let me go back to the last skeleton because he actually had advantage.
Oh no.
Didn't
Please
he?
roll less than 13. Fine. Alright, fine. That might
that's
change
not
how
less
this
than
goes.
13.
Yep, we'll go back to Tristan to see what happens. So 4 piercing.
Okay, so I took 2, so she's at 9.
Okay. And then
So she's at about half.
Okay.
do you heal her,
Let me
Tristan?
take a look around. Let me take a look around. I don't have anything that's a bonus action, so no.
Okay.
Can't do anything quite yet.
Jesus,
the other
God
one.
in heaven. I told you, roll 20 hates me.
Only
Two more.
Only 2 more. You're okay. They suddenly like their scimitars are like sticking. They're not going in the way they would like. And then it is now Urki's turn.
Boom! Headshot!
That's pretty much what just happened here. Okay, it's Arky's turn.
Come on, Timbers. He has his shirt ripped open, Superman style. And just has
Arky
this
is
glowing
gonna
holy
get a
symbol
little further into
tattoo.
the room here.
I'll be right back, guys.
Sure.
Arky...
You'll be dead when you get back. Man, I'm so excited about how this battle's going. I'm just going to use a little lotion in my hands to dry. Got some time here while we're waiting. Marigold. And eucalyptus and mint. Homemade style. Not by me, but. Come on, Urki.
Arky's gonna be a hero here. He's gonna move up to Calcaria. And so, reminder, Urki is a disciple of life. So, HP recovery is 2+ spells level at base.
That's nice.
So he is.
He's a caring healer.
Wow.
He's kind of
Additional. So, wow. All right.
weird.
So he's going to do Cure Wounds on Calcaria at level 1. So that means the minimum you're going to recover is 3 HP plus whatever this roll looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
11?
Yeah, you recover
Damn.
11 HP.
Well, that puts me back up to max. I was 10 down.
Urki's like, by the power of Helm, darkness will run from me, and my friends shall be healed. And he has to chest bump you because his chest is this whole.
Something, the power of friendship.
Yeah. And he chest bumps your leg, and you're like, okay, that's just getting weird. Are you like a little dog trying to help my leg? Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of that one scene from, I think it was the second Transformers.
Oh, gosh. No, yes. The little, yeah.
God,
But yeah,
that movie was
so
bad.
that was Urki's turn. And then
Okay, Urki, then
Richter.
Richter. No, I can't think. Stop thinking of that. Anyways, bad, Lucas.
Yeah, Richter's going to come up and then he's going to attempt to slap this skeleton that's north of Calcaria here.
Man, if you didn't have Urki to a couple run away, this battle could be going very differently right
I can
now.
sneak attack because the skeleton has a unfriendly thing within 5 feet of him. So
That would be very helpful if you hit. This one's been beat up pretty good.
and that's a 9. That's not going to hit, is it?
That's not going to hit. No. Is there anything else you could do?
I am going to Bardic Inspiration Calcaria. I'm going to be like, you're asking us to come and help you, numbskull. Of course you wouldn't touch the thing. Why I can't at least punch the damn skeleton?
About to punch you.
Well, Kalkara, you can make your choice because it's your turn. Now that you've been newly revitalized by Urki, and
But you get a 1d6.
Old words for someone within punching range.
Anyway, I'm punching the northern skeleton.
booyah.
20.
So another 8 damage total after doubling the bludgeoning.
Don't waste your inspiration.
Yeah. And then I get a bonus attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one down, or do I need to punch it again?
No, it's down.
Okay, because she's going to turn and deck the one behind her.
Is good.
22. I got a 19 on the die that time.
Ooh.
Very well.
Same damage. What is with these minimum damage rolls?
It's like 3 times in a row.
I'm just glad it's, 3 times in a row. At least it's doubled because they're skeletons.
So that's 8 points.
Yeah.
That was wounded 2 before. Look at Calcaria go with the double. Describe how this looks, Calcaria, as you take these both out.
Well, I kind of imagine so Richter says what he says. She shoots him a glare and just kind of like, without even looking, she drives her elbow and crushes the skull of the skeleton in front of her, and then roundhouse kicks the head off the one behind her.
Which then bounces off Ilenia's head because she's right behind
Probably.
her. Or something.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't
it's
that
like-
hard, now was it?
It looks like it's like the skeleton's like, he's like,
Was that
whoa.
really necessary?
Hey, it got her to get a double kill, didn't it?
Yes, and it
You
also
didn't help
got
for
a-
Jack.
it
I
al-
didn't
also
need
got
your
a head
inspiration to make those rolls.
It also got a head to bounce on my head.
Well, Ilenia, you can have your
Not so
revenge now
sensitive to you.
because it is your turn.
Is there anyone?
There's the 2 turned skeletons that literally can't do anything until we boop it.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're caught in the corner, so you can't. The altar spot is a no-go
Okay, that's fair.
unless you, I guess, unless you jump up on top of it and tack downward. You can do that, I suppose. Oh,
Actually, let me see.
you cannot.
Oh,
There's no
hilarious.
opportunity attack if you move away from it.
Yeah.
So hit me with the
I'll
base.
just go with the scimitar.
Okay. Single attack. Let's see what happens.
Actually, can I take that back still? Sorry.
Yeah,
You
you
didn't roll
didn't
it.
roll.
I'll back up then Ray of Frost it to draw it out.
Much better. It's a good idea. I like it. Let's see what you got.
Hey.
Oh.
Hmm.
Ouch.
Or just delete it. That works too.
So 11?
Yep.
Very good. You smash it, and like a lot of it freezes, and just like a lot of the bones and like the appendages, like all the fingers and the toes, and a lot of the ribs just crack and just like almost turn to dust as they snap off, and the thing is like kind of wobbly and it turns around. It's just like it's awakened and it sees you, and
Then it collapses.
it is so this.
See, that's one
And it's both my skeletons' turns. So the one at the top can't move. It just tries to stay there and dig through the wall. It can't go anywhere, so it'll do nothing.
Oh, is this one dead?
No, it's not dead. You
Okay.
severely hurt it, and now it charges you. Actually, I don't know what charge does in this game. I don't know if it does anything.
In hindsight, I should have probably moved a bit further back, but whatever.
Only certain creatures in D&D have a charge benefit.
Okay.
It's not something for you to worry about right now.
Well, I want it. Oops, I still had advantage on. So, but either way, it rolls a 5. It comes at you. It can barely move. It's tripping. It's like its toes not being there, almost making it fall off balance. And it just grabs as you, it stumbles, claws at you, and it totally misses. And
Base speed, out of curiosity, 30.
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah.
It's a humanoid.
Yeah. Okay.
Tristan, if you want advantage, you can move to
Swinging
flanking.
at the one south of me.
Well, if you move to here, you will have flanking. Just
That's what I'm
Without-
actually going to do.
yep, that will be fair there. I think that is
Get that advantage.
get that advantage whenever you can. I'm okay with a little table talk like that. You guys are starting to learn to work together now that you've been doing this. Ooh, no need. He's just like, yeah, I got that on the first roll, Lucas. Roll that damage. Click.
Roll that damage.
Oh,
8 slashing.
well, you totally take it out if you have.
How much health did I have? Like 1 or 2?
It had 2.
Fatality.
It had 2 left out of 13.
Oof.
So you did very well with a nice broken ray of frost there. And it is Tristan. Anything else you want to do? Any descriptor text for your kill?
Oh, just comes up around it as it charged forward, swinging, missing Alenia, only to have Tristan come up behind and slash straight across its spinal column, and its halves fall apart.
Yep, that they do. That they do. Alrighty, Erky Timbers. You still a
Alright, so-
hero,
Yeah.
or are you a 0?
Go, little man. The other little man.
He is actually smaller than Richter. Richter is supposed to be like a small size character. I guess they could be medium sized character tokens just to fit the square better. We could do that. We know which ones are the small creatures.
Erky is going to. He's just going to position himself a little bit out of the way and
Yeah, the skeleton.
let me. Yeah. Let's just say he picked up a sling somewhere
Sling is easy.
because they're all over the place. But I don't want him to use another spell slot because he's got level 1 spell slot left.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather use that as a backup
Healing. Well, I mean, you got 4 of you that will go before the skeleton does, so you.
Yeah, and Erky
I'm pretty sure the
has
skeleton's gonna
proficiency
be
in
dead.
simple weapons, so this actually works out.
Almost works out.
Yeah, or he whiffs.
Um,
So, well, I mean,
it would work out if he actually was good at it.
Richter should show him how it's done.
we're gonna come up here, and I am going to attempt to slashy slash. I still get my sneak attack because within 5 feet of Calcaria.
Do it to it. The dice are hating you, sir. I don't know why.
Yes, they are. So, as soon as my attack whiffs, I am going to step back.
And it does not provoke. And it is Calcaria's turn. Oh.
I'm rolling rocks tonight, man. Hey, I rolled more than minimum, so that's 8, 10 after.
All right. And it suddenly is not afraid anymore.
Bonus.
Uh-oh.
Bonus strike.
It might be afraid now.
It's not afraid.
Oh,
bonus
dang.
attack.
The bonus is a dead skeleton.
The bonus?
Well,
holy
a
crap.
re-dead skeleton.
You hit it once and it
That's
starts...
a 12.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. It starts at the first hit, it like shakes it out of it, it turns to look at you to attack, and it's just like... And it just turns to dust, and this combat is over. Well done, everybody.
Oh, raging is such a great thing. The barbarian's rage is just a great when you combine it with the multiple attacks from the monk.
So,
I'm grabbing that flask.
Now,
Didn't it explode?
did we learn? I was going to ask if we learned a lesson, but seeing as how Calcaria immediately grabbed the flask after we'd been attacked, the answer is clear.
Nope.
What does it smell like? Is it alcohol?
it smells like brimstone.
Justice. Oh no.
It's not the same exact smell as before. You probably need your spell. If you give your spellcaster a little bit of time with each of these items, she should be able to figure them out, I believe.
Yeah, but she
Which
might not
I
give
was
it
trying
back.
to do in the first place.
You were looking for
what is
traps.
Oh, that
Smells like piss. This is piss.
I'll give you guys, if you are gonna wait a minute and just hang out, where you can do detect magic. You will detect magic on the candle and on the faintly on the potion, and then also on the whistle.
As we're waiting around, there's just Richter is going to sheath his weapon. He's going to take a couple steps back, find a rock, and just back of Calcaria's head. Is like, what part of touch? Nothing do you not understand? You almost got us all killed.
It would have happened eventually.
But we would have at
It wasn't
least...
magic that provoked them.
I believe it was.
There was no magic when I touched the flask.
Was there, Lucas? I don't remember.
I mean...
It has a slight aura of magic because it's a potion. Like I said, that has a slight thing.
Because most likely whatever tripped off bringing the skeletons up has already been and gone.
You can detect that disturbing the altar in any way is what triggered them.
Calcaria's point is she didn't feel anything. It wasn't magic.
There.
And there's just like a collection.
Like, she doesn't know jack about... I mean, she's got a little bit of innate magic, which is interestingly enough, she can cast the Friends cantrip once per day. Because of the type of tiefling she is, which is amusing to me, that Calcaria...
Calcaria friends, what?
Yeah. that amuses me. I forget it's in her toolbox because she's never going to use it.
Yep.
It's because she's a Fierna tiefling.
Hmm.
But yeah, what's my potion?
Okay, it is a potion of resistance to fire.
Ugh.
It's defense.
Who wants it?
It's defense.
Look, it's also something Calcaria has naturally.
Richter will take the flask from Calcaria. Is like, going once.
Give it to the other frontliner. She points to the cleric.
Yep, hands it over to Tristan.
Jeff.
It's Tristan.
That's it. I could not remember it.
Elandia, are you the one studying these things to figure out what they are when you spend some time with them?
Yeah.
after you see kind of Elenia like looks at the candle for a while. It's in a little candle holder, and then she just like puts her hand in the flame, and it doesn't get burnt.
Fascinating.
Actually, this is how it
Why
works
is
in
everything in here
Pathfinder.
so boring?
It is a candle that has continual flame cast upon it. So it's a candle that is forever lit. It does not give off heat, only light. At least in my version, it's going to be that way. So you can put it in your pocket and it doesn't, set your clothes on fire or your skin.
Alexander.
But so you always have.
Here does not possess night vision.
Richter and Tristan.
Yeah, might as well give it to Tristan, considering, well, he points to, I mean, considering he has to cast light on something, and he's probably got, like, some hodgepodge of, like, leftover clothes that the kobolds probably stole. It probably just, like, the shirt is glowing. like he's like the light is coming from the shirt itself. So, unless Tristan wants me to keep casting light on him, I guess. But
Whoops. I probably gave you too much there.
I suppose that'll be fine. I feel like I'm taking everything, but fine.
Oh.
Candle of continuous flame, I suppose.
Yep.
I'll give you, since I copy pasted everything, I'll just give you all that. You can have all the information.
Okay.
So the whistle is a.
Sorry for cutting you off. Would I know about the whistle without the int check, or do I have to make that?
It just tells you a little bit more about the lore. I'm telling.
Okay.
It's more about you.
Gotcha.
So I'll give you that because I don't care. You figured out what it does. So this whistle is transparent crystal. It resembles a tiny dragon curled up like a snail.
Ooh, that looks expensive.
Interesting. Lenia shall keep that for herself.
All that, and there wasn't even anything interesting.
Richter's gonna check the skeletons and.
So she will tell the others about like what the whistle does.
You will or will not?
I will.
Do you want me to copy paste it, or you want?
Yeah.
Or do you actually want to tell them? All right, I can do it easily. Where's our?
All right.
So for the audience, it's called Nightcaller. Blowing it under the cover of darkness or under the night sky will animate an undead creature within 10 feet. Soft earth.
She was a good ship, Nightcaller.
So you have a whistle of raise dead. That's what you
Animate
have.
dead.
Now,
essentially, yes.
Pretty sure those are two very different spells.
Now the characters say,
That thing is blasphemous. You should destroy it.
I mean,
you could blow it right here and raise it one of these skeletons right back up.
as blasphemous as it sounds pricey, and that would help kind of make up for some of the lost cause, and possibly get us enough cash to replace all of our gear if we don't find our gear later.
No money is worth having that thing.
Buddy, pal.
You don't fuck with the dead.
If we do not, assuming we find our gear, then yes, you may destroy it. But let's wait until we retrieve our gear before making such a decision.
Oh, a decision's made. That thing's blasphemous, and it does not belong within any feet of me.
And Richter just kind of face palms. It's like, look, you got a magic anvil sitting in your pocket. You don't have any pockets right now.
Unfortunately, not right now.
Then we don't have a way to make thing go boom boom. Magical artifacts take special care to render into dust.
I understand that, but as far as I'm concerned, I can stay here in one of these sarcophagus and rot.
Oh, sure. Let's leave the pricey whistle here in the middle of, the current magnet of adventurers.
Look, keep it with us. No one
When
of
you find your anvil, you may destroy it.
then he gets to carry it.
He just said he did
I'm
not want
not-
to carry it.
Carrying that thing on my
Calcaria
person.
just
If
kind
she
of
wishes to carry it, that's
Calcaria
fine.
holds out her hand.
No, you don't get anything else.
I don't have anything.
So,
She holds out her hand for the whistle.
I don't care who carries it, so long as it's not used, and as soon as we are able, it gets destroyed immediately.
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
Calcaria wants
well.
it. She doesn't trust Eilenia not to use it.
Very well. Elena shall a little begrudgingly hand over the crystal.
all right. Well, in the meantime, Erky, buddy, as like Richter gestures to the giant slash wound on his chest, you mind helping a brother out?
No, that's why. That's why you saved that spell.
Well, hey, I'm the one who took fucking half my HP and
I
damage
was-
on the first volley. So
I was brought down to single digits in the
I'd
first
I'd
volley.
actually forgotten. I'd actually forgotten. So otherwise, Tristan would have done something
so
about it.
that's a 7 after adjustment. So I'm not quite
Wait, what?
fresh as a daisy, but I'm close.
Oh, I'm not. Let's just no, do it.
But all right, well, that was as
I
horribly...
think you're muted, Lucas.
Oh, no wonder you guys aren't hearing me. Elenia should have kept that to
Yeah,
herself.
Yeah, she told us, and that was a mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah, I should have. Oh well.
No, it's okay. Elenia wants to
Hey.
share with a group, and then she's going to be like, you know what? One day I will destroy all these fools with my magic. Until then, I should play along. Or something.
All right, let's go. We got places to be. As Richter kind of moves over by the door and is like, "Let's go, let's go."
I was saying before, too, that as soon as Calcaria gets her hand on the whistle, she blows it immediately.
Oh, no, Calcaria.
Suckers. Just kidding.
She may not be smart, but she's not stupid.
That's right. All right, so let's see where you guys are coming to. Okay.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Mm-hmm.
She also may not think through the consequences of most of her actions.
Obviously.
All right, are we
But
gonna
she
be?
has a couple hard lines.
So are we gonna beatbox our way back to the room that tried to end us the first time?
Beatbox.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Yep. Let's do it.
So,
to the beatbox room.
So this one up here.
yep.
Yep.
Nobody say anything in Draconic.
It's definitely
I would
I
say-
know.
it's definitely dissipated by
say-
now. Go
I
ahead.
would say the word anything and just draconic do anything. It's-
That's what
it's merely
triggered
a
it
word.
last time.
Now I'm like saying anything
I'm-
a word.
But Richter's gonna check the door.
Okay, 1 second. You guys
Please.
remember last time you heard lots of scratching and screeching coming around from inside there. You find that the cobblestone floor contains 2 trapdoors blocked open with iron spikes. The north wall holds a dry fountain carved with an overarching diving dragon, which a faint rotten stench pervades the room, and it's definitely stronger as you get close to that door.
More undead to fight.
That's not good.
Eilenia, are you gonna move your token up there?
Oh, yeah, I am. Help fast recording.
So you guys are just walking up there, talking. Urki will put you here. You start to hear the scritching and scratching at the door, like again, almost immediately. So I don't believe you
Or
guys.
rats. We did fight a lot of rats too.
Oh,
Alright.
let's open the door then.
Well, go ahead and check the door, Richter.
All right, I'm
It's-
checking for traps.
Okay. Check for traps. Full investigation. Oh,
Nat 20.
Nice.
there's definitely no
Nice.
traps here. The door is not even locked. It just opens into the room, and so whatever's on the inside is just pushing against it. Doesn't seem to know how to work through the door. It's probably would come out after you. So you just got to kind of slam the door open a little bit. And
Richter is
Let's
that's it,
Calcaria do
and
it
ju-
over
and
his
Ri-
head.
Yeah, Richter is just like, be my guest.
Yeah, Calcaria's first one in. Because always.
B.
I would say
Uh,
Does,
age,
of
but I
course.
am many times older than you, so the analogy does not hold up.
You kick the door open?
Yeah.
Give me a strength check
Yeah.
with advantage.
Test your might.
Test your mind.
19.
Mortal Kombat.
Luckily, that is
Yeah.
one soundbite I haven't gotten onto my soundboard yet. I need to rectify
That's my
that.
Why is
phone.
that rat green?
It's probably Plague Rat.
Oh dear.
Yes. So
It's honestly just like offhand.
why don't you go ahead and you guys go ahead and click your tokens and roll
I'm not going last.
roll that beautiful bean initiative. And this will
I hate you all.
and this will be our last bit of stuff we'll do tonight.
I honestly hate all of you.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
wow.
Going you're going before Erky.
Even when she rolls good, everyone still goes ahead of her. Poor Calcaria, always wanting to go first,
I just want to not
but
go.
always last.
Richter, Tristan, Ilenia, and then Giant Rat, Calcaria, Giant Rat, Disease Giant Rat, Urki.
Oh god,
Mm.
that was those rolls, man.
Quick.
I just
A quick cursory glance in the room as you open it, you see it's very foul. The stench just hits you. It's putrid. You see the corpse of a goblin, a corpse of a kobold, and a corpse of some humanoid up in the northern corner. And then these rats get pushed back by the doors. It slams open. They just kind of like sit for a second, and then they come to attack. But there's
Okay.
the one in the back is definitely. Oh, let me give you the description real quick. An oppressive smell suffuses the air, which I kind of already said, rising from chewed carcasses of cave rats, smaller vermin, and a few humanoid-looking creatures. The bodies lie upon the floor in filth, old bones, hair, and fur that combine to make a particularly large and vile nest. And the rat in the back is definitely the size of a small, actually the size kind of a medium-sized dog. It's much bigger than the other ones, and it's just got pus running from its eyes and black ichor running from its mouth.
Oh, I don't like that.
Ugh.
All right, Richter is going to step
Hey, gross.
and unlimber his longbow. And then he is going to make with the pew at the bigger diseased critter.
All right, I think you're shooting through rat. You're the same height. It is a little bit bigger. I'm going to be nice tonight. I'm feeling nice. I'm not going to do any disadvantage. Just give me a regular roll.
Regular roll.
Aha.
I think regular rolls will do it, yeah. Rolls and damage.
8 piercing.
8 piercing.
Yep.
Let me check the HP in the manual. I don't know if I changed it. Let me just make sure. Okay, I didn't change it, so I have to real quick here. 8 piercing supposed to. Whoops. You said 8 piercing?
Yes.
Okay, that strikes true and hard, and it hits the it hits the top, and as it hits, it seems like it hits a big boil, and just this green pus just goes everywhere, and it screeches, and all the rats react. It doesn't die; it actually sinks into the body and just kind of like moves around like it's not stuck to anything. It's gross.
That's nasty. Well, then I'm going to then use the remainder of my movement to move through Calcaria's space and then get behind the corner here.
All right, well, we're going to say, I'm just move it out of the way so I can look. We're going to say that this is actually like a double door, so both of these doors or both these middle squares are entry points, since it's not really. So
I go here.
okay, that's good. I'm glad I said that then to make sure. So, anyways, Tristan, you are next.
up. And let's see.
If you attack the one diagonal through the wall, it's going to be disadvantage. But it would also be disadvantage against you through that way. I'm trying to goad you to, of course, enter the room and be immediately surrounded, but it's up to you.
Just wait until Kakaria's turn. It's okay.
And just to make sure they're even on these
I'll
squares.
go ahead and roll at disadvantage. Why not? Just to see what happens. Actually, no. Hang on.
You do what you want to do. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you attack that.
I am going to...
If you attack the one in the north...
Sacred Flame.
Oh, okay.
That diseased rat in the back.
Sounds good to me.
One.
Sounds good to me.
I wholeheartedly approve.
Burn it with
Go
fire.
ahead and just put it in the thing there. Just
Burn in holy flame.
Burn.
So it needs to make a
Dex
Save.
save.
What's your spell
dex
save DC?
Oh, I have to make a deck save?
Spell save DC.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, it's a 13 dex save.
okay. To hit or miss? Oof.
Yep.
I call that a miss. She can't hardly...
D8.
This mama rat, you can see like her teats are like she's basically on one side and she's just like her teats are all there and she's trying to roll up onto her feet and she's like and
Suddenly fire.
radiant flame starts burning her and just this like boils are exploding everywhere and she's just screeching and screaming and she's trying to move forward and it's gross. I'm trying to make it gross. Tristan, do you...
You're succeeding.
Yep.
It's
I'm
gonna...
going to need a shower.
And I'm going to stay where I'm at. And that'll be my turn.
Alenia.
Ione is not getting near any of that.
Sounds fair.
In fact, she's going to back up a little bit.
You do have a fair shot through both doors just to make sure we're... I'll make this door a little bit bigger.
Roll 20, please. Okay. So do I take disadvantage because I'm shooting past Golgari?
Yes.
Oof. But
If
Where you hit me.
yeah, because you're going through both your friends. Because if Tristan wasn't there, you could attack the middle rat, but you're going. I mean, they're both in your way. Good call, and thank you for bringing that up. But you may. I mean, you're safe right now. You may as well take the shot and know that the meat shields will take all the damage for you. So it's good. You know, whatevs.
That'll do it.
oh, but I have to roll again, don't I?
Yeah, because you're at disadvantage.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot to switch that around.
It'll still do
That's
it.
not bad.
Who are you aiming at?
This one.
Okay. So yes, give me that damage. 4. Is that it was Ray of Frost. Okay, so 4. Let me make sure they don't have any pack tactics. Okay, let's make sure they don't have any disabilities or disadvantage. So 4 points, okay. All right.
And it's slowed by 10 feet, but that's probably not going to make a big difference.
Slowed by 10 feet, okay. It is now Giant Rat's turn in the middle. Of course, it will just move forward. And they do have pack tactics. At least one of its round. So that'll give it some advantage. And it's going to come right up and go for Tristan to take a bite out of crime.
It's not going to be good.
Could be
It's not going to be good.
only 13.
Yep, that hits.
Alrighty. Lucas is happy.
Yeah,
No
my
armor
class is not that
sucks.
good.
6 piercing. Is it
In hindsight, I should probably be on the...
leaps
I need
up
to
onto
get
your
on the
leg?
front line.
Calcaria,
Yeah,
your turn.
I'm a punch a rat.
Which one?
But
Yes.
Do I want to rage for this? I mean, they're just rats. Yeah, fuck it. We'll rage.
You see Tristan starting to get mauled alive as this thing attaches to his leg. It's just like biting. It's it's furious because they're protecting the mama rat.
Yeah, bonus action rage, and then we're gonna kick at the rat directly. Like, I should not be rolling with advantage on that. That should be a normal roll.
It still hits.
Just this one here.
The one in front of you?
So the 15 hit? Sweet. Yeah. Ooh. Max damage. So 8 damage.
Oh, you kick
6 bludgeoning, 2 rage.
you kick it, and I think it flies to the back of the room. Like, you just kick it, its head explodes, and the body just rolls end over end into the back.
Be gone, fuck!
Pretty much.
That.
Do you have bonus attack, or no, you rage?
No, my bonus action was to rage.
Do you move?
No. Oh, no.
Alrighty. let's see. It's this one's turn. I'm going to say it moves like this. Tristan, you'll get an opportunity attack, and this rat comes around so it can get to Calcaria here. So you get an opportunity attack on that one that's moving around if you like.
That's just a regular attack, not advantage or disadvantage or anything.
Correct. It's leaving.
It would be.
It would still be a disadvantage because it's leaving that
sure
square.
I missed.
Yeah. He rolled an 8.
I roll
so.
again, but I'm pretty sure I missed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah.
Let's see. Calcaria. 13.
No.
Oh well, drat.
You know,
Right.
armor defense.
Yeah, unarmored defense is pretty great. Not
Tristan,
gonna lie.
Tristan, do you want me to get up on the front line? As
I don't want any of you to get on the front line because I'd rather die than any of you.
Yeah, but I have.
You're far too.
I have armor.
You're far too good for this party, I think.
Mama Rat comes lumbering up, and
Now I really want to get on the front line so I can think and play it.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
no!
Oh shit!
Don't kill our cleric, please.
Well, that should have been rolling at normal because
much
that's through the wall,
okay.
as
Well,
we established. But I mean,
The 20 was still the first roll.
yeah.
so you take 6 points of damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Down. I'm down.
Still make
You'll make the con save.
make a con save, please.
Well,
Here's the
I
con
guess I
save.
spoke too soon. I am sorry.
All right. Well, you do not contract
Did
a nasty
you
disease.
just say that you went down?
Yeah.
You're at 0.
Yep.
Yep, I'm down. Technically, I'm at -3.
Oof.
Negative hit points aren't really a thing.
Yeah, I know. Not anymore.
Yeah.
They used to, though.
Disease.
Yeah. I recall those days.
All right.
But I also recall the days of Thaco.
We're gonna finish. Oh yeah. We're gonna finish this round.
Don't say such blasphemous things around me.
I started playing AD&D. That was the first tabletop game I ever played.
Arceus moves up. He's gonna grab Tristan and drag him back 2 squares to be next to Ilenia here.
Okay.
As his action, now this
I feel like all of the rats take their opportunity attack.
against a target that's already down.
That's technically what they
They're
do.
rats.
That
They're not
is technically
intelligent.
What they do.
Yeah.
You try to drag it out.
That's exactly what a bunch of rats would do.
You just drag their meat away from them.
Yeah,
Okay, then there's gonna be a different
pretty much.
different against Urki or against Tristan.
Tristan.
Okay, then I'm gonna change the order of operations here real quick. First thing that Urki does is cast Spare the Dying as a cantrip to stabilize Tristan. So Tristan doesn't have to.
No.
Tristan doesn't have to
Unstable.
make death saves.
That's very
which
good.
Which means if he gets hit doing this, it will still count as a failure, but it shouldn't outright kill him.
So if he gets hit by 3
Yeah.
rats, will he die?
Probably.
Yep.
But we also need him very much off that front line because otherwise he's going to be blocking everyone else's access.
Uh-oh.
It's 2.
Don't kill him.
The disease rat who is rolling at a disadvantage and then an advantage. Oh no. What does that mean?
Urki, I will end you.
Do I need to roll
Tristan.
damage?
No, you don't.
No, that's just 3 automatic death saves.
Yep.
Is there anything? Hold
That's
on.
the
let me
first
look
casualty.
up stabilize.
It is okay because we have time to talk about this. This is the perfect cliffhanger. Does Tristan live? Does Tristan die? This is where we're going to end at the end of this round.
I'm
Lucas
pretty sure he's dead.
Lucas is a
Pretty sure he's dead.
tyrannical dungeon master.
If he's dead, then so are the rats, and so is Urki.
Well, no, I think Erky did. He did.
Calcaria immediately
No,
moves to
no, because
pile drive
Calcaria.
Erky.
I think Erky did right. I think Erky's move was he spared the dying, got him out of the combat. But
If he
Yeah,
dies,
but
so does Urki.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Okay, hold on.
I'm
Unfortunately,
just
it didn't
saying,
work.
because Calcaria's rage will not end at the end of combat if Tristan is dead.
oh my goodness, I don't know.
He's the only one in the party that Calcaria even sort of likes.
Did Lucas make the right move? I don't know. I think.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Yeah,
The rule.
read.
The best way
Yes.
to save a creature with 0 hit points is to heal it. If healing is unavailable, the creature can at least be stabilized, which is what happens from Spare the Dying.
Yep.
So that it isn't killed by a failed death saving throw. So, a stable creature does not make death saving throws even though it has 0 hit points, but it does remain unconscious. The creature stops being stable and must start making death saves again if it takes any damage.
Ah.
So essentially, a stable creature that isn't healed again regains 1 HP after 1d4 hours. So in other words, you have 2 failed death
So
saves
those
because the
three
first
I have-
one would have. First one's essentially like saying, "Hey, you're at 0. Now you're below 0. So now you make death saves again." So you have you. So in other words, I have to at least get a little bit of HP into you. So, but you have 2 failed death saves, not 3.
And make another con save
Okay.
make another con save for me. Wait, actually, hold on.
Con. Ooh.
Oh.
Is Tristan just not meant for this world?
You might contract a disease. It doesn't mean that you're dead. You have 2 failed death saves, and you can't go below 0 hit points. You are bleeding out. Stabilize can happen again the next turn, as they all like claw at you. But then
So,
they.
in other words, I have to get you up like now, as soon as Richter. So with Richter's turn. So can I actually have some? Can I do this? Because I think I have something that will equally be a interesting leaving off point, Senor Lucas.
Oh, okay. You want to do one more round or one more turn? I don't want to do a full round.
Yeah, well, not a full round. Just Richter's turn here.
Okay.
Just so that to make things a little bit easier on everybody here.
Tristan, Jeff, I give you major props for being just awesome and everybody being good, because this has become a ruthless dungeon. Holy crap.
Yeah. This has become really deadly.
Well, it's because we're naked. We shouldn't be doing this naked.
We're trying to get our shit back.
I know,
Yes.
and this is the
Find the door.
And this is a dead end. This wasn't even the right way to go.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do.
You guys had to go back the way you came from last time, but you guys wanted to go down here. I was like, all right, sweet.
Tristan, you regain 6 HP. I bring you back from the edge of death. Because healing word, motherfuckers.
6 hit points.
So
here's the...
you cannot regain hit points except by magical means, and the target's hit point maximum decreases by 3 or 1d6 every 24 hours. Oof. If the target's hit point maximum drops to 0, the result of the disease, the target dies.
So, make a note somewhere of what your real HP max is.
Yeah.
And then
My XP max is 16.
So it's
okay,
three
so,
lower.
So it's 13 for now, but make a note somewhere that your normal HP max is 16, because once you're cured of this disease, you should recover that maximum.
Oh man, that is a time crunch.
Yeah.
Who is gonna?
So,
And I've got, I put it in my temporary hit points, just saying, okay, this is now temporarily my max is 13. That's how I'm looking at it.
Oh.
For my main action, though, in the hubbub of this, Richter is going to try to do a sleight of hand and pickpocket the whistle out of Calcaria's pocket while she's busy with the rats.
What? He wants to summon the undead.
Nice.
I guess it's pickpocket versus perception. In the middle of combat.
She's raging, too. Do I get advantage?
I was gonna say I wasn't with all this going on. I wasn't gonna give anybody advantage or disadvantage.
I mean, it's like trying to pickpocket the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a really bad idea.
But
it's kind of challenging.
I'm just saying, raging does not give me any penalties to my perception, so it shouldn't give you advantage on your pickpocketing.
no, I want to do straight up. Opposed checks. Richter's been warned.
20
Nice.
versus 4.
Okay. The nightcrawler whistle. You like sink. And Richter is being a devious little bastard. He's being helpful, and you're being a little bit of everything.
Chaotic helpful.
I guess that is in the cards.
Chaotic helpful.
This whistle might make the most interesting part of the campaign after all of it's done, because you guys are going to just murder each other over this little crystal shard. And
Richter wants a payday, motherfuckers.
Calcaria finds out, she is gonna cave your head in.
I think Calcaria is never going to find out because Richter's not going to tell nobody.
But did anybody else see that happen? I wonder.
Tristan is getting over being nearly eaten alive by a rat, so no.
Erky is probably too busy.
Ilenia definitely does not see.
Yep.
Give old Urk a roll just to make sure.
Ilenia doesn't see, nor does she care.
Yep.
She would love it if.
Does Erky have disadvantage because he's been focusing on Tristan?
Okay.
Tristan
okay.
So Erky does notice.
Holy crap!
The question
Wow.
is, because Erky was quiet during that entire exchange.
Does he care?
The question is, does he give a fuck?
I mean,
I'm gonna tuck that away in my own little brain. Oh gosh, make a note of this, Calcaria, at the end of the notes section, please.
yeah. I
Oh,
haven't
gosh.
been taking notes this session, and I'm I'm not sure how to sum up what just happened.
I just gave myself a headache. I just laughed so hard at the results. I was like, all right, he rolled 22. He's gonna roll like a 6.
I told you that I would give you an equally as good cliffhanger.
So I need to figure out how cure disease works. If you can even get a hold of it, we'll talk about that next time. Tristan, you're still hanging in there. Richter got himself a little thing he thinks no one saw, but Erky, the kind of silent partner that you guys have picked up, is kind of like, And Calcaria is raging against these rats. Ilenia is focused in combat. And that is where we leave off. This was an excellent session in a lot of different ways. There was role playing. There was the kobold talking him down off the ledge. It was good. All right. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys the path back was the way that you guys came from the prison, but I liked how you went down this other way just to explore it and see if that was a way in.
So is it like right here?
Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, there's a different door that I completely missed.
Yeah, it was
like where I'm hitting? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot that door existed.
We are idiots.
So if you are looking, this is the prison that you were in before, and where you fought the hobgoblin last.
Did you save the initiative tracker?
It's still in there, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
GMs can whisk it away or bring it back on a whim.
It's still there. Yep. Yeah. Whew. But yeah, so if you guys would have taken that left back here, you would have went down that caltrop hall, and where you first start seeing the goblins a long way. But that's where you'll probably.
What about this?
What's that?
Wouldn't this have blocked us?
Oh well, yes. But if I reveal,
we didn't arrive.
There's more up this way.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Yeah, there's a door right there. So that's a door that you've not seen from before. So that would be where you go next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of assumed that this room back here would also continue that.
Yeah, same.
So anybody have any thoughts about why stuff was collapsed, or when we get to that next time?
The goblins probably had not breaching charges, but something.
But why? Why did
Goblins
it
Good
happen?
lord, do not give the goblins explosives.
It's not so much how. It's more. I was giving you a question of why, but We can think on it.
There's something in there they don't.
I mean, am I curious? Yes. Calcaria.
See, don't care.
Something might be going stompy. We don't know.
Well, alrighty. That's the end of our night. That was an exciting session. I had a really good time. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Next week, Thursday, will be our Band of Blades is returning. And then we're looking at, I think, the 18th to do a Friday or Saturday, a Friday night Dungeon World special to finish our Indigo Magic.
That'll be the 18th.
2 weeks. Okay, 18th. So it should be 2 weeks from tomorrow for those who are watching our Dungeon World, our final.
Finale.
Yeah, finale. It's going to be good. So I want to get out of here, and I'm not going to say much more. We're a little over time, so I'll just pass it over to whoever wants to take it, and we'll do our shoutros, and then we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for my players for letting me punish you a little bit, and also thank you for punishing the monsters back. It was a great time. So I'm just going to go and just toss it right up into the air, and someone take it, and yeah, thank you. Well, someone jump in. Come on.
All right, I'll
There we go.
do my shoutro first. I'm Ava Rogers. I play Calcaria, the barbarian monk, with a lack of sense of anything. You can find me over on Twitter at that nerdy writer. I'm getting more active, where I post links to a lot of my streams that I'm on, complain about writing and the English language in general. You can also find me here on... Oh, no, wait, that one's ending. Okay. You can find me over on Monday nights over at twitch.tv/Master of Rim on a Dresden Files campaign where we're using the Cortex Prime system. I play an Irish Mundy who works in a bookstore and knows absolutely nothing about the supernatural. Absolute riot to play. The Tuesday nights, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, you can find me over on the Shadowcasters Network YouTube channel on a MechWarrior Destiny stream. That's the new MechWarrior game that Catalyst created, the system that Catalyst made. It's a kind of a rules light system where I play a battle mech mechanic. We just stole our mechs from the tyrannical sort of base that has oppressed her village and city she's lived in for her entire life. So now we've got to keep it. So that'll be fun. That'll be not next Tuesday, but the one after that, and then weekly thereafter on Tuesday nights until that one's wrapped up. I think we've got about 4 or 5 sessions left there. What else am I in? I think that's actually it right now. And then obviously the Dungeon World finale on the 18th.
Catalyst and Rules Light? What?
Well, they made Shadowrun Anarchy. It's a very similar system to the Anarchy system. It's a queue system.
I played that on this station. We did the Anarchy. It was fun.
Shadowrun is not a Rules Light system.
Yeah, no. And the Anarchy, though, they did try to... I'm not going to get into it. Jeff, take it away.
It's on my channel. Check it out, YouTube.
I'm Jeff Beck. I play Tristan Guildcrest here, the life cleric here in the D&D 5th edition campaign of the Sunless Citadel and the Yawning Portal. But I'm also going to be playing Benny Dot on the 18th for the Dungeon World finale. And I also play as the Spy Master and everyone's favorite rookie, Private Spud, in Band of Blades.
He's my favorite so far.
Pretty good, eh? Anywho, other than that, you can catch me on smol.com at lowercase Jeff Beck 1108 and see some of my voice acting and singing stuff if that interests you. I will go ahead and move this over to Jodo1025. Jodo?
All right. So, well, howdy folks, Jodo1025 here. So, big thank you to Lucas for having me on and letting me cause a little bit of chaos. Big thank you to my fellow cast members for also putting up with my shenanigans, because I know it can't be easy sometimes. Although all I will say is, Tristan owes me one. I think, well, no, now we're back to, now Tristan owes me one again. We were even when you brought me back after I brought you back, but no. now the scoreboard's back in
According
favor.
to Tristan, he owes everyone one. So, yeah.
So, but yeah. So, but I'm kind of one of the resident channel hobos for this time. I'm kind of in everything right now. So on the Tuesday nights, for aliens, I play as Private First Class Dante, as we descend into the madness that is the aliens popping out of people and
Oh man, it's getting intense.
and an APC full of RPGs. That's
You'll be
not
back,
gonna go
Frost.
wrong.
Frost, you'll be back. You'll catch up. It'll be all right.
Yay.
That's not going to go wrong. Not at all. And then normally on the Tuesdays for Dungeon World, I play Ralph McLeod, the enchanter who is now part Spiderborg. So yeah. So that if you want to know more about that, you should definitely check out Lucas's YouTube channel and watch the archive because but yeah, and then on the opposite Thursdays of this, I play as the commander for Band of Blades / I'm in one of the privates who is deep in enemy territory right this second. So hopefully I can scurry away with the intel. We'll see. But when I am not here, you can catch me over at my channel, twitch.tv/Jodo1025, where I do a lot of fundraising content for Extra Life Charity, which is a wonderful fundraising arm of Children's Miracle Network. It's a lot of fun. I run a lot of D&D. Like before it was like, okay, a smidge of D&D, a little bit of everything else. No, now I'm mostly D&D because right now, every other Wednesday I run Titans of Moran, my homebrew campaign. And that one's very interesting. On this Saturday, so Saturday, December 5th, at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be going live with the final chapter of the Terrible Tarrasque trilogy, Fate of the Kaiju, where we get to pull high-level shenanigans. We're level 18 now, as Jib Job Uru Kraka is
Yes. Say it again.
Jib Job Uru Kraka is planning to level the playing field, now having taken 6 levels of Beast Aspect Barbarian. Because getting up to level 18 as just a Battlemaster fighter was just like, this is kind of boring. I want something fun. So that'll be great. So check us out over there. That's going to be a really fun thing on Saturday. And then on Sunday, so this Sunday and then next Sunday are the last 2 episodes of the Keld Saga. Again, it's another kind of homebrew D&D system where every session takes place 20 years after the previous session, as the folks of Clan Keld attempt to pillage and adventure their way to fame and glory for the glory of Keld. So that one has been a blast. Definitely come and check that out. That takes place 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sundays through December 13th. So much excite. So, but yeah, so that's really my stuff. Come check me out if you like my shenanigans. I'm just about as evil of a DM as there is. Lucas is pretty evil, but I think I'm a little bit meaner. But with that,
challenge accepted.
But with that, I pass the buck down to Frostjaeger.
Hello. As Jodo said, I am Frostjaeger. I'm one who plays the stuck-up elf princess known as Ironia. I had a blast tonight, especially with some of those rolls there at the end. Thanks to my fellow castmates and the GM for putting up with my shenanigans. That is pretty much all I have. Oh, keep forgetting about this. I'm also on Tuesday, as I'm part of the Aliens RPG, though I unfortunately missed last one, or this one that was 2 days ago, which is a shame because from what I just heard, there was some crazy stuff that went down. So I look forward to catching up on that next year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for letting me play.
Thank you, everybody. Frost, it was a good episode, a good turning point, but we're still at the tail end of Act 1. And I know after Act 1, Soundwaves is saying that's when it really hits the fan. So, like, you miss a good session, but you haven't missed, like, the crazy, insane, out-of-this-world stuff. We're all in store for that. So, Alien RPG, horror RPG, you want to see it. Something other than Call of Cthulhu. As far as horror, this is probably the next best thing. So, that's my opinion. But I'm done. We're out. We'll see you guys next week. I'll have a good night. God bless. Good gaming. Drive safe out there. We'll see you guys later. Peace.